Madison, welcome back. Thanks for being here. Charlie and I appreciate you choosing to spend a bit of time with us. Don't we, Charlie? That's right. Funk. What I'm about to teach in today's video goes back some time. The greatest sleight-of-hand artist, in my opinion, to have ever existed is still alive today, and you will never know who he is because he doesn't want anybody to know who he is. He's not in it for the credit. He's not in it for the attention. There's no competition. He doesn't want any medals or trophies. A bit like if I was to ask you, Charlie, who the fastest runner in the world is, you would probably say Usain Bolt, correct? But the truth is probably very different. There's probably somebody out there who can run 50 miles an hour. That's right, Charlie, bonkers. 50 miles an hour, but they don't want the attention. They don't want the limelight. They don't want the competition. They're happy, they're content with the fact that they can run fast. That satisfies them. And you apply the same way of thinking to any creative industry. Is probably true in any industry, and I've certainly found that in our industry, in the playing card, sleight-of-hand magic industry. In my opinion, this person is the greatest to have ever existed. The first time I sat down with him with a deck of playing cards, I showed him this move and he was like, wow, I do the same thing. So he showed me the move, and by the way, it's the move I'm going to teach in this video, the French exchange. In all my tutorials in the video description, there's a disclaimer explaining how I create and develop magic tricks and how I don't believe they're mine. What I create and what I share belongs to the magic world, belongs to the world of sleight of hand, the art of magic. And this lesson, this way of thinking, goes way back to then when I met this person, because we had a brief moment where we were talking about, so I wonder who came up with it first. And he shut me down straight away and he said, don't do that. It doesn't matter who came up with it first. It doesn't matter if I came up with it 10 years ago and you came up with it yesterday. It doesn't belong to anybody. As soon as you've created a move that you believe is good, the idea is to give it away, give it to the magic industry, give it to the magic world, give it to the art of magic, to magicians, because as magicians we have a responsibility to keep the art of magic alive, and that means sharing with each other, helping each other. And if you find a good move, a move that works for you, you've got to share it to other magicians so that they can also play their part in keeping magic alive by performing good techniques, good magic, and sharing good magic with each other. And there's the idea, magicians don't keep secrets from you, they keep them for you. So we all do that together as magicians, or at least we should. The magic industry is a really, forgive the swear word, a really whanky place, but it should be something beautiful. So when I think of this move that I'm going to teach, the French exchange, I want to credit this person, but I can't because he doesn't want to be known, and he would probably have a problem with me. He'd probably take it up with me if I did try to credit him, because of that sentiment that it's not mine, it's not his, it's not anybody's. It's here, it exists. I'm going to teach it from my point of view, from my perspective, and once I've done that, I've given it to you. I've given you the move. It's now your move. The meaning of life is to find your gift. The purpose of life is to give it away. And with that sentiment, let's begin the tutorial. I'm Daniel Madison, and this is the French exchange. So we take a playing card, in this case the ace of spades, we put it face down on the surface, and in the action that playing card has switched for another playing card, in this case the king of diamonds. For this to work, this is a beautiful switch, by the way, and I'm not saying that arrogantly, because as I've already said in the introduction, it's not mine, it's not anybody's, it's ours. For this to work, we need certain conditions. This relies on lapping, of course, so ideally we want to be sat down. So I'm sat down perfectly at this table where I can drop a playing card to my lap very easily. And there's no method to this really, I'm just kind of throwing it to my lap. And what hides the move is the act of putting the playing card on the table. We need a distance between our body and the table. In my case, I've got about, what would you say that is, Charlie? I'd say that's about 15 centimeters, do you think? To set this up, just to show you the mechanics right from the start, how this works, I'm going to put the king of diamond in something of a lateral palm, and it's pinched between finger 3 and the clunge of my hand, Charlie. And the card is resting on the table. Just put your hands on the table like this. This is your grip. So if you want to get this correct, put your hand on the table first, and then put the king of diamonds in place between finger 3 and the clunge. Now, the King of Diamonds is face down in this case, so the card that we're going to switch needs to begin face up. So I have the Ace of Spades face up, and here's the move really slowly. As I lift this card upwards, the Ace of Spades up, almost to look at it like so. And now I'm going to put it down as if I'm putting it down like this and then sliding it forward. I'm going to drop it as it goes behind my hand to my lap, like so. And then my hand continues. I press it down on this card. I move my left hand out of the way slightly as my right hand pushes the King of Diamonds forward. If we do that in one full motion, so the King of Diamonds is here, the Ace is here, I lift the Ace up, put it down. At this point I can afford to sit back and be away from the playing card because the move is done and nobody is any the wiser. So we've got this perfect moment, especially when this playing card is face down, where we can clean up if we want to. There's going to be two things that you need to work on right from the start. One, your speed, the speed of the right hand making its journey from your eyes, from your face down to the table. The second thing is how you're going to move your left hand. I've got a dirty left hand, Charlie, I do apologize. How you're going to move your left hand out of the way without it being a red flag, without telling anybody that that's where the moment happened. So I'll do this with the King face up so you can see the switch, in which case we need to be looking at the back of this card. So it can start like this, the Ace of Spades face up. I want to be holding it like this, so my thumb is on the back of that playing card. So I lift it up. In this case, I'm going to be showing it to my audience. I'm going to be showing it to Susan. For a second, the Ace of Spades, and then I put it on the table, and it's now changed. Obviously, you can do this. You can do this as a color change. The reason I advise against that, and the reason I advise to make this a switch rather than a color change, and the difference between the two would be, color change is something that you see. So you see the Ace of Spades, and now you see the King of Diamonds. That is a color change. If we do a switch, there's this beautiful moment where you can clean up and where you can delete that moment from the participant's memory, which looks like this. So Ace of Spades, I look at the Ace of Spades, put it down, it still looks like the Ace of Spades. I can sit back, I can chill out, because they're going to turn this over and they're going to be like, whoa, what happened? You know, because there's only ever one playing card in place, it's more difficult to figure out. Whereas if we do it as a color change, Ace of Spades, King of Diamonds, it obviously happened at that moment, at this moment. It's too obvious. So we're hiding that moment by doing this face down. So first things first, the speed. This is not about speed. You don't want to do this fast, especially when you're doing it face down. So King of Diamonds face down, the Ace of Spades is what I'm going to be looking at. So I don't want any suspicion around this playing card, so I'm going to have it face up so that everybody can see it, get everybody used to this playing card. Then I'm going to lift it up to talk about it. I'm not necessarily going, oh, Ace of Spades, interesting. The King of Diamonds is ready and waiting, so Ace of Spades, put your hand on the back of the Ace of Spades for me, and then that's the switch. Switch is done. If you notice, I don't, excuse me, child. The biggest thing that you're going to practice is the card going here to here in a slow motion, and the idea is to do it as slow as possible without that moment, that transaction moment being seen. Right, it's a bit too obvious because you can see the moves. You want to find a moment that's just slow enough to get away with it. If you do it too fast, then you're making it too obvious, I believe. If you do this too fast, you're making it way too obvious. And also there's a chance of messing up just the way that I did. When you practice this enough and you figure out the body language of, especially of the left hand, the dirty hand, you realize that the left hand's going to do the correct thing on its own without you thinking about it, and that's the best possible way to do this, is to let your left hand have a mind of its own, Charlie Madison. So Ace of Spades, push it forward, sit back. When I sit back from this position to this, like my left hand naturally moves to the side of the table. Look, feel like I'm dancing, Charlie. Do you know what I mean? So just try it, just sit at a table and then lean back. Your hands naturally go to the side like this. Like you wouldn't be like this and then sit back like this. It looks weird, right? It just wouldn't happen. Your hands move to the side, so you're taking advantage of that. Okay, take this a step further. How do we set up, how do we get that King of Diamonds into our hands? We're gonna have the King of Diamonds to the bottom of the deck. And guess what's coming up, Charlie? That's right, Gambler's Cop. I'm going to cop that bottom playing card away from the deck, the King of Diamonds. As I put the deck down, I can sit back, and meanwhile I've stole the King of Diamond into a Gambler's Cop. Now what you find, the beautiful thing about Gambler's Cop, in this case, by the way, for anybody watching this who doesn't know what a Gambler's Cop is, what are you on about? Just watch my videos, search for Gambler's Cop on my channel, This is basically where the gambler's cop will go. There are roundabouts there, you know, there's no specific position. As long as this corner doesn't point, it doesn't go above, doesn't breach my hand, as long as it's hidden behind there. The grip is between finger 3 and the clunge, like so. The beautiful thing about this, when you've copped that bottom playing card from the deck, so King of Diamond, once I've copped it here, when I take the deck and put it down away from myself, my left hand's going to retract to my body. Watch what happens to this card. It touches the table and it slides backwards, and it kind of folds into the position that I need it for the French exchange. So it's very natural. There's nothing unnatural about this. There's nothing suspect about this. So from start to finish, we have King of Diamonds here. So I take the deck, Gambler's Cup, put the deck down, and I'm in position. Now all I need is another card to switch for this one. So now it's about timing. How are you going to time this into the trick? Now my idea would be the King of Diamonds. By the way, if you let your participants shuffle the playing cards to their heart's content, when they give you the deck back, take a glimpse at the bottom playing card. So I'm going to look and I'm going to see the King of Diamonds. Now I'm going to cop that playing card and put the deck down and say, look, I want you to deal me any playing card from the deck without looking. I want you to try and deal me the King of Diamonds. Right, so now they're going to deal a playing card. They're going to deal it face down. We know it's not going to be the King of Diamonds, right? We know it's not. But look what position we're in now. I'm in a position to swap this for the King of Diamonds. Now what I do, because I don't want anyone to see the face of this, I lift it up to look at the playing card, and then straight away I'm going to put it back down and then sit back, and even my reaction itself to the playing card, which is now switched, could be a reaction of joy, which if you think about that in your body language would be like this. I can't believe it worked. Look what card you picked. Or invite them to turn it over. See that sitting back, relax, it's almost like relief. When they've dealt you that playing card, invite them to turn it over. So they're going to flip it over and you're going to see the wrong playing card. I can change my body language to apply to this moment, because I'm going to react shocked. I'm going to be sat here, remember I've got the King of Diamonds, turn it over. I'm going to act as if I think this is the King of Diamonds. So when they turn it over, I'm going to be like, wait, it didn't work. So now, like I've done the switch, I'm sat back, I'm away from the card, and all attention and all suspicion is dropped. Suspicion is down here now, and I've got away clean. Because now when they turn it over again, it's going to be the card that I asked them to deal me from the beginning. Before we end this video, I want to show you something. So, a pair of kings, a pair of aces. You can do this with more than one playing card. So I'm going to palm, I'm going to Gambler's Cop, the King of Diamonds and the King of Heart, Sage and Madison. We see that they're two black aces, and we can do the same thing. And there's this beautiful thing about those cards spreading in different, like the way that they separate when you put them down, because it means I get to do this back forward motion, pushing them forward, which takes all attention away from the aces which dropped onto my lap. If I do that again a little bit slower, the two kings are here, two aces here, I pick them up, put them down, and spread them out like this. So you dealt me two black aces. What a beautiful trick. What if I could snap my fingers and make them turn into two red kings? Rubbish. Make sure you subscribe so you see that next video when it's released. I've got something wicked to show you with the French exchange. What's that noise, darling? Also, you like this Halloween hoodie? You can get it, link in video description. I'm Daniel Madison, Charlie Madison. See you next time.